King Charles's relationship with Prince Harry has always been a subject of fascination, tension, and deep emotional undercurrents. For years, royal watchers have speculated about the invisible lines that separate father and son. But recent reports suggest that those lines may now be carved in stone by just 6 cruel words. Words that Harry, by all accounts, will never forget. The monarchy has always thrived on image, tradition, and silence. Within its gilded walls, emotions are rarely spoken outright, yet they are felt with crushing intensity. When King Charles, a man known for his measured tone and carefully weighed language, reportedly turned to his youngest son with a cutting remark, it was not just a personal blow. It was a seismic rupture in an already fragile bond. Harry, who once described his father as a man struggling to show affection, has spent years grappling with the dual weight of royal duty and personal pain. His decision to step back from the monarchy with Meghan Markle was framed as an act of survival, a way to shield his family from the relentless scrutiny that haunted his mother. But it also created an unhealable rift with the institution that raised him. For Charles, the monarchy comes first. It always has, and perhaps it always will. His entire life has been spent preparing for the throne, carrying the burden of expectation, and now, protecting the crown's fragile reputation in an era of dwindling public trust. Harry's departure, coupled with the very public airing of grievances in interviews, books, and documentaries, became more than just a family feud. It was a threat to the monarchy's survival. Against this backdrop, those 6 words reportedly spoken by Charles cut deeper than any tabloid headline. They weren't just about disapproval. They weren't about protocol. They were about blood, love, and rejection. And for Harry, they landed with the weight of betrayal. Imagine standing before a parent you've long sought recognition from, only to be met with words that slice through your soul. Harry has lived his life in the shadow of duty, of William's destiny, of Diana's ghost. To hear his father reduce that lifelong struggle to a handful of cruel syllables is to relive every rejection, every silence, every cold glance at a royal dinner table. Royal insiders suggest that the moment came during a private exchange, one not meant for public ears. But as with all things royal, whispers have a way of finding daylight. The suggestion is that Charles told Harry something so blunt, so dismissive, that it shattered the fragile hope of reconciliation. The monarchy often demands silence from its members, but Harry has never been one to hold back when pain becomes unbearable. His memoir, Spare, was filled with searing honesty, painting his father as distant, sometimes cold, and more devoted to the institution than to his own children. For Charles, those revelations weren't just personal, they were a public humiliation. And yet, father and son still circle each other, drawn together by blood, but torn apart by words. Charles, now king, cannot simply be a father. Every word he utters is a proclamation, every silence a statement, every expression a symbol. For Harry, every interaction is filtered through the lens of loss. Loss of his mother, loss of his homeland, loss of the family unit he once thought unbreakable. The 6 words linger, echoing in the silence between phone calls that never come, in the empty seats at royal ceremonies, in the transatlantic gulf that separates California from Buckingham Palace. Harry has always carried the weight of being the spare, the one destined to live in William's shadow. But now he carries something heavier, his father's rejection, crystallized in a moment that he cannot forget. For Meghan, watching her husband grapple with the pain of those words must feel like déjà vu. She too has spoken about cruel comments, whispered judgments, and unrelenting criticism. Now she sees Harry,